Most parents set the device passcode in under 2 minutes and never look back. That tiny window of time quietly dictates whether your child sleeps well tonight or spends the next 3 hours fighting you over a glowing rectangle. But the standard advice about locking everything down actually backfires and creates more rebellion. By the end of this, you will have a setup that protects them automatically, giving you your evenings back without the daily power struggles. Think about the last time you tried to take the device away at dinner. The eye roll, the heavy sigh, the sudden accusation that you are ruining their life. We have all been there. It feels personal, but it is not. Their brain is literally wired to resist the sudden removal of a dopamine source. This is exactly why just throwing up a digital wall does not work. When we only rely on hard blocks, we turn ourselves into the warden and them into the inmate. And inmates always plan escapes. What we actually need is digital scaffolding. Scaffolding supports a building while it is being constructed, and it is gradually removed as the structure becomes strong enough to stand on its own. That is the exact mindset shift we are going to apply today. We are going to walk through the exact settings you need to adjust, broken down by the age of your child, so the technology actually supports their development instead of hijacking it. Let us start with the absolute foundation, because if you get this one thing wrong, nothing else we discuss today will matter. The very first step is securing the passcode for the settings themselves. I cannot tell you how many families I have worked with who set up all these brilliant restrictions, only for their 10-year-old to simply go into the settings, turn off the restrictions, and play games until midnight. The default setup often leaves this vulnerable. You need to go into the family settings, create a unique, complex passcode that only you know, and ensure it is not a variation of their device unlock code or your shared family birthday. If they can guess it, they will. Once that is locked, you have secured the control room. Now, picture this. It is 9 o'clock at night. The house is finally quiet. You walk past their room, see the glow of a screen under the door, and feel that familiar spike of frustration. This is where the downtime feature becomes your best friend. Downtime is not just a screen limiter, it is a sleep protector. You want to schedule this to start at least an hour before their actual bedtime. During this window, only the apps and phone calls you specifically whitelist will work. Everything else goes gray and becomes inaccessible. For our youngest kids, say ages 5 through 9, the goal is pure protection and boundary setting. At this age, they do not need unrestricted access to the internet or the ability to download anything they want. Go into the content restrictions and set web content to limit adult websites. Better yet, if they are very young, switch it to allow only specific websites that you have manually approved. Think of it like giving them a playpen in a safe backyard rather than dropping them in the middle of a busy city. You also want to block in-app purchases at the root for this age group. There is nothing worse than getting a surprise charge because a child accidentally bought gems in a game. Go into the store settings and require a password for every single purchase, no matter how small. For this age group, you also want to look at communication limits. This is a setting many parents completely overlook. You can restrict who they can text and call. Set it to contacts only and manually curate that contact list to just immediate family and maybe 1 or 2 close friends. This prevents random numbers from reaching them and stops them from accidentally sharing their location or personal details with strangers through gaming chats. When it comes to apps for the under 10 crowd, do not just set a blanket time limit. That usually leads to them burning through their allowed time on a low-value game by 10 in the morning, leaving nothing for the afternoon. Instead, use the app limits feature to categorize. Put games in one category and limit that heavily. Put educational apps or creative tools in another category and give them a much higher limit or no limit at all. You are teaching them early on that not all screen time is created equal. If you are finding that keeping up with these shifting app categories and age-appropriate boundaries is getting overwhelming, subscribing is the easiest way to keep these practical parenting ideas coming. The digital world changes fast, and you do not want to be caught off guard when a new app suddenly takes over their school. Now let us move into the tween years, ages 10 through 13. This is the shift. They're starting to ask for more independence. They want to play multiplayer games with their friends, and the social pressure is mounting. This is where the standard advice of just blocking everything falls apart completely. If you lock down a 13-year-old's device like it belongs to a 7-year-old, they will just find a workaround, or worse, they will hide their digital life from you entirely. For tweens, we transition from strict blocking to guided exploration. Keep the web content filters on to block adult material, but allow general access so they can do research and explore their interests. The magic setting for this age group is the store purchase approvals. Make sure it is set to ask before every single download, even the free ones. Why? Because this gives you a moment to pause and look at what they are about to bring into their digital space. You can check the reviews, look at the age rating, and have a quick conversation about whether it is a good use of their time. It turns a mindless click into a mindful choice. This is also the age where location sharing becomes a real conversation. You can use the device settings to require location services to be on and set it to share only while using the app or always share with family. For a tween, sharing location with family is a non-negotiable safety net, but explain to them that this is about safety, not spying. You are not tracking their every move to catch them doing something wrong. You are making sure they can always be found if they get lost or need help. But navigating the social and emotional side of these tween years is where most parents feel the most stuck. The screen time battles are one thing, but figuring out how to talk about cyberbullying, online predators, or the pressure of social media feels like walking through a minefield. I actually put together a free sample chapter of a guide specifically for this. It breaks down exactly how to handle those tough digital conversations without them shutting down. You can grab that free chapter linked right below in the description. It is a quick read, but it will completely change how you approach these moments. Moving into the high school years, ages 14 and up, the entire strategy changes again. At this point, if you have not already built a foundation of trust and open communication, no amount of parental control settings will save you. Teenagers are incredibly tech-savvy. They know how to bypass filters, they have friends who can show them workarounds, and they desperately need privacy to develop their own identity. For teens, the settings should focus on safety and health, not surveillance. Turn off the web content filters unless there is a specific, documented reason to keep them. Instead, focus heavily on the driving features. If they are driving, you can set up a driving focus that automatically silences notifications and reads texts aloud when the device connects to a car. This is a literal lifesaver. For sleep, do not just rely on the device being in another room, because let us be honest, they will just sneak it back in. Use the downtime feature to schedule a strict wind down, but also look at the sleep tracking settings. You can set the device to automatically turn on a grayscale mode during the hour before bed. When the screen loses all its vibrant colors, it becomes significantly less stimulating to the brain. It subtly removes the dopamine hit, making it much easier for them to actually put it down and go to sleep. Another crucial setting for teens is the ability to lock down their privacy with specific apps. Go into the privacy settings and review photo access. Change apps that do not strictly need it from full access to limited access or ask next time. This protects their personal memories from being scraped by random apps and teaches them a valuable lesson about digital hygiene that they will carry into adulthood. Do the same for location access, changing apps to while using instead of always allow. Now, here's the part most parents miss, and it is a massive trap. There is a setting called Share Across Devices. If this is turned on, and your child has a tablet or a computer, the screen time limits and downtime schedules will sync across all their devices. That sounds great in theory, but if they figure out how to turn off the sync on one device, it can sometimes disrupt the limits on the others, or they can use the secondary device to bypass the restrictions you set on the primary one. You need to go into the settings and explicitly manage how these limits share across the family ecosystem. Do not assume the system is perfectly synced just because you set it up once. Sit down and verify that the restrictions are actually applying to every single screen they own. Think about what would happen if you treated these settings not as a punishment, but as a training wheel system. When you sit down with your child and say, "We are going to set this up together so you can learn how to manage your own time," the dynamic completely shifts. You are no longer the enemy enforcing arbitrary rules. You are the coach helping them build a skill they desperately need. Show them the screen time dashboard. Show them exactly how many hours they are spending on different apps. Do not judge it. Just let them see the data. Most kids are genuinely shocked when they realize they spent 4 hours scrolling through short-form videos instead of playing the game they thought they were playing. That awareness is the first step towards self-regulation. As they get older, gradually increase their app limits. Give them the chance to manage their own downtime. If they fail, if they stay up too late and are exhausted the next day, let the natural consequence happen. Do not rush in to fix it or say, "I told you so." Just say, "It looks like that setup did not work for you. How do we need to adjust it?" This is how you raise an adult who can manage their own digital well-being, rather than a kid who only behaves when you are watching. What is the one screen time rule that actually works in your home? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and honestly, the strategies other parents share down there are often the most helpful part of the whole process. Let us talk about the emotional side of this for a moment, because configuring the tech is only half the battle. The other half is our own behavior. We cannot expect our kids to put their devices away at the dinner table if we are secretly checking emails under the table. We cannot tell them to limit their screen time if our own screens are constantly in our hands. This is where the concept of family media agreements comes in. Instead of a list of rules dictated by you, create a living document that applies to everyone. Yes, including you. If the rule is no devices in the bedroom at night, then your phone goes in the kitchen too. If the rule is no screens during meals, then your phone stays in your pocket. When they see you abiding by the same boundaries, it builds immense trust and respect. It shows them that these rules are about health and connection, not about control. There will be pushback. There will be days when they argue, when they say all their friends have unrestricted access, when they accuse you of being unfair. Hold the line with empathy. You can say, "I know this is frustrating, and I know it feels unfair right now. My job is to protect your brain while it is still developing, and I will always choose your well-being over your temporary happiness." That sentence right there is a game changer. It validates their feelings without compromising your boundary. It reminds them that your restrictions come from a place of deep love, not a desire to make their life miserable. Over time, you will notice a shift. The battles will become less frequent. They will start to put the device down on their own. They will come to you when they see something weird online, not because they are forced to, but because they trust that you will help them navigate it without overreacting and taking the device away. That is the ultimate goal. We are not trying to create a perfectly controlled environment. We are trying to raise a resilient, responsible human who can thrive in a world that is constantly demanding their attention. The settings we talked about today are just tools. They are the scaffolding. But the real magic happens in the conversations you have while the scaffolding is up. It happens when you ask them about the game they are playing, when you watch a video they found funny, when you sit with them and figure out how to handle a mean comment they received online. You do not have to be a tech genius to do this. You just have to be present. You just have to care enough to set the boundaries and lovingly enforce them. The fact that you are looking for ways to configure these settings shows that you are already doing the hard work. You are already showing up for them. So take a deep breath. Go into the settings tonight. Set up that passcode, schedule the downtime, and adjust the content filters. It might take 20 minutes. It might feel tedious. But those 20 minutes will buy you hundreds of hours of better sleep, calmer evenings, and a stronger relationship with your child over the next few years. And remember, as they grow, the settings will need to grow with them. What works for a 7-year-old will not work for a 14-year-old. Stay curious, stay adaptable, and keep the communication lines wide open. The technology will keep changing, but your role as their guide and their safe harbor will never change.